CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular Wireless, the wireless company that fits you best.
And welcome back to our studios here in New York and to Singular at the Half. Greg Gumbel with Clark Kellogg and Seth Davis. Our score at the break, the Musketeers of Xavier by 3. As you take a look at the numbers, anyone wondering whether the Musketeers are real or not, you might ask the Texas Longhorns.
Without question, especially on the glass, they're making threes and eating glass, and that's a winning combination.
You know, we know that Texas is bigger, but rebounding is not just about size. It's also about quickness. And those big front guys, Miles and Dolman, are doing a great job right now.
All right, the game in St. Louis is just about to come out of halftime now, and we'll be joining them shortly. But right now, 6-41. Let's take you out to the Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis. Second half action about to commence. We join Gus Johnson and Len Elmore live.
(56-41) our score. Kansas with the lead, and the Jayhawks playing excellent basketball both offensively and defensively.
Well, they're certainly executing their game plan. Attack the rim. Look at the field goal percentage right there. Points in the paint, 30. Wayne Simeon with 19 points in 13 minutes. And if UAB is going to make a run, they've got to get this young man started. He's been the focal point of their success in this tournament thus far. In the first 2 games, you take a look at those numbers here tonight, thoroughly frustrated by the Kansas defense. Really hasn't had very many open looks.
Ready to start the second half. And Kansas has the ball. Langford, Giddens, Miles, Simeon, and Graves. Finley, Ettins, Squeaky Johnson, Ball, and Gabe Kennedy. Inside, Simeon with an excellent first half. 19 points. Graves short-armed it. Loose. And Ettins comes out of the pack. Finley missed his first shot of the second half.
Boy, he needs those. That's one of the few open looks he's gotten.
Graves there for the follow on the Giddens miss.
And today the tables have been turned. It's been Kansas that's gotten some of the transition buckets.
Foul inside, looks like Graves.
That was the 10th Kansas fast break point. UAB known for their fast break capability, only 2 on the evening.
And Padgett quickly comes into the game. Graves picks up his 3rd. And Ball inbounds it on the baseline inside. Ettins jump hook and the beautiful touch. Can UAB come back in this game?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is a team that's got quick strike capability, but it's all about creating turnovers, getting the ball in transition, and then doing what they're most comfortable doing, moving the ball, getting the open threes, slashing to the basket.
Inside. And Simeon is fouled.
But as long as Kansas can continue to get the ball into Wayne Simeon, as they have thus far, they're in good shape. And we mentioned before, Simeon in the first half, 19 big points, 13 minutes, limited by freak foul problems. But when he's in there, he is the focal point of that offense. If they can't get to the rim, they're reversing the ball. They're going straight into the big fella.
So Simeon also excellent tonight from the free throw line, 8 of 9, 6 of 7 from the field. Playing with a groin injury. That's been a nagging injury most of the year. And he now has 21 points. 60-43. Kansas inside Kennedy. Lays it in. What's the strategy for a team that's down 60-45 trying to get back into the game?
Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to try to cut it to at least 10 or below double digits by 10 minutes left in this ball game. And then with the quick strike capability, you want to start creating some turnover situations. And with Kansas, because of their lack of depth, you want to continue to try to wear them down.
Make sure you vote for your starting guards on the Pontiac All-Time Tournament team. You can cast your ballot now at ncaasports.com/Pontiac. So the UAB Blazers have to reach down deep. And they scored a huge upset, knocking off Kentucky in their last game. Giddens inside, the freshman. Great catch on the inbounds pass. But they're going to have to find a way to get back into this game. Kansas is playing a flawless game thus far.
And thus far in the second half, UAB's been able to establish their inside game with Kennedy. Now they got to kind of work inside out, make sure Finley gets opportunity.
Ball tipped up and in on the Finley miss by Sidney Ball. Ball, a senior from Duncanville, Alabama. Now UAB in a zone. Giddens got it.
And Gus, as soon as they went to the zone, Kansas spread the floor. And that forced UAB to make a decision. Do they honor Simeon inside, or do they cover the jump shooters? They decide to sag back, and Giddens with the open look.
Here's Edens now across the lane and is fouled. And that may be Paget. And it is, and that's his second. Paget's father played at Nevada, and he was the freshman all-time leading scorer for freshman year, and he put up a lot of points. And now his son at Kansas. And young David Paget, good at blocking shots on the season, 44. As Edens misses the first. Next Friday on CBS, find out why Joan of Arcadia is the most original new show this season. Don't miss a new episode next Friday at 8/7 Central here on CBS, America's most watched network. Second free throw for Edens is good. 1 of 2 from the line, 65-48.
UAB calling off the pressure right now. They have to play solid half-court defense. Playing the zone right now, looking to try to string together some stops and convert on the other end.
Edens, a dribble drive and kick. Has it in the corner. Paget goes over. Finds Simeon, misses, and draws a foul. There's that size of the Jayhawks.
The long and the short of it, Paget at 6'11", just reached right over Squeaky Johnson at 5'9". And then a nice interior pass to Simeon. One of the few times he hasn't been able to connect from the field.
There's your score, 65-48. We will keep you updated as things progress. Thank you for joining us here on Singular at the Half. We'll send you back to Atlanta for second half action after this.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular Wireless, the wireless company that fits you best.
Carves out some space, and then a little kiss delivery to boot. Tucker with 8, tied at 50. Sato. Well, appropriate. Here we are, 50-50 with 14:45 to go. The seniors for both these teams have collectively won 98 games for their respective schools.
Well,
98.
Speaks great of those guys and what they've been able to accomplish. Oh, I thought he could have done some damage there, Cade.
Sato, one of the seniors, not there. Cole, another board offensively.
I'll tell you, you don't hear that much against Texas, and he did the right thing. Was out of position, kicked it back, new clock.
Offensive rebounds, 14-5.
And Tucker gets called for this one. Not a bad idea, though. He went to help out. He's got to control himself.
Make sure you vote for your starting guards on the Pontiac All-Time Tournament team. You can cast your ballot now at ncaasports.com/Pontiac.
Well, you better have some speed out there right now, Vern. The reaction of the guards on denial, on dribble drive is extraordinary.
Chalmers, Finn, Sato, Justin Cage, and Miles on the floor for the Musketeers of Xavier.
And Ivy with Sato, one of the great defenders in the country. Sato's got to really move, use his screens if he's going to get free.
Chalmers, there's the help from Boddicker, and it's tipped out and tracked down again by Xavier.
Great job saving opportunities.
Into the corner, Chalmers on the baseline, back around again.
Nice
offense.
Nice defensive maneuver. Was that extraordinary? the accolades attributed to his defensive wizardry are well-deserved. Right here, you can be moving and be in position. Terrific call, and Sato somewhat frustrated, but when you're playing a guy like this, you really got to be in total control of your body distribution.
Well, I am reminded watching Royale Ivy that he originally was a dance major at Cardozo High School. He did a little jazz, a little modern jazz,
A little hip-hop. And he did
ballet.
He did it for 4 years.
Yes, he did.
Most kids bail out after one, I was told. Took the heat, but maybe that's the footwork, and Mouton takes it to the rim.
Offensive board for Texas. On the floor, out of bounds, touch last. Mouton.
I believe it.
Now Xavier not deep. They've got Dolman. He had to sit down at 16-23 with his fourth. Cage and Sato play with 3.
Now this small lineup can drive you into fits. I mean, just here, the blow by, you're going to get a good look.
Sato.
There you go. Just relax. Make Ivy help a little bit. Give you some room.
At the other end, Ivy kicked it. Chalmers all the way.
And a foul, too. Well, turnovers, there were only 2 in the first half. They can destroy your flow. A counter by Ivy to kick away. And this team responds to the open floor. They've got good foot speed, and the protection of the ball here. Nice job, got it to the right hand, felt the pressure on his left, and a chance for 3.
And the foul on Brandon Mouton, his third for Texas. And Chalmers at the line.
Texas substitution number 13.
Mouton will sit. Sid Mill-Harris is back on for the Longhorns.
Now, you can't give a team like Xavier. They now feel very confident. A little bit like Alabama. They get their legs. They start making shots. The energy level rises. And I just think their aggressiveness on the glass has given them great opportunities, and it's toughened up their defense.
Chalmers, a 70% free throw shooter, misses that opportunity to go up by 6. In the first half, Texas led 30-22. Xavier went on a 10-0 run. There's a dish and another turnover.
And they got numbers.
Texas has gotten sloppy. Here's Sato off the glass and good.
What a great look. Nice old-time bounce pass. We can relate. Give me some of that old-time religion. Put it on the deck.
Good ones for the Jayhawks. Lost in the national final to Syracuse last year, 81-78. Looking for their 3rd consecutive Final Four. Roy Williams, their coach last year, has to be watching this game and smiling.
Just a little bit.
Just a little. Inside Graves. And the big fella misses the jam. Out of bounds.
And Graves is lucky that the ball bounced over the backboard, because he might have been called for a foul. Again, another missed dunk. Like, hit the back of the rim, and it bounces over the backboard because Graves went after that ball with a vengeance and fouled the UAB defender.
Johnson off the mark. Rebounded by Langford. Jayhawks running again.
Good decision right there. Now you just got to execute.
No look pass knocked away by Johnson.
So a not so good decision. You got to lead like this. You don't want to pull back, but you want to be able to execute now. Make those guys, make UAB play some defense, not turn the ball over in their hand.
Paget, 46th block of the year. Gittins on the other end. Pulls up off the break and knocks down the medium-range jump shot.
And that's a good shot because that's Gittins' shot.
Gittins with a rebound. Here's Miles. Don't forget, the winner here will take on the winner of Georgia Tech, Nevada. Langford in the corner deep. Loose. Break down by Ronell Taylor.
UAB's got to push the ball into the front court. You got to get set, get some quick hitters. Time's running out on them.
And a foul called. This would go
fueled in part by 2 sloppy plays by Texas. Brandon Kroll getting a little attention on his leg during the timeout. And let's set the 5 on the floor for Texas. It's Klotz and Paulino, Royale, Ivy, P.J. Tucker, and Sid Mill Harris. And this is Paulino who brings it up. He's guarded by Lionel Chalmers. There's the switch. Miles trying to get back and does.
And this is where they usually go inside Texas when they need a basket.
There's Klotz calling for it.
Terrific pressure on the perimeter.
Screen from P.J. Tucker, Royale Ivy, and the pass to Klotz.
A reset, nice job.
Little jump hook, didn't get the bounce. Ball's on the floor, and P.J. Tucker comes out with it.
That's what they've got to do, get second opportunities and don't turn it over, leading to Xavier fast breaks.
Underneath, threw it away.
And you know, it's a nice look, but Tucker locked in at the box area. He's got to step to the rim. Xavier on fire.
Xavier are battling. Xavier leading by 7 points, and last week we had an opportunity to see the Musketeers, Lionel Chalmers, their senior point guard, along with Romain Sato and Anthony Miles in the middle.
Well, this is a magical ride for Xavier. They did everything right in the first and second rounds, moving the ball, making the extra pass, playing defense when they needed to. And they just continue and apparently continue to get it done. And you mentioned senior leadership, so important.
Here's Langford. His scoring not needed tonight, but he does have 5 assists and 4 rebounds. Gets the second one to go. Langford with 6 points. 84-61. Kennedy thought about it. Finley hard around the corner, pulls and hits. 20-point lead for Kansas. Langford fouled in the backcourt. Finley.
Boy, Langford's eyes got real big. He started dribbling to the teeth of the defense, and he wanted to go to his buddy Aaron Miles on the right. Miles slips, and Langford was kind of bailed out of that trap because he didn't want any parts of it that time.
UAB was over the limit at the 12-minute mark. Now Kansas shoots 2.
And that was just an example of how UAB just hasn't been getting any breaks when the breaks present themselves.
Keith Langford, 66% free throw shooter. Kansas has advanced to the Sweet 16 for the 4th straight year. And with 7:38 to go, looks like they could be headed to the Elite Eight.
You know, Xavier got off to a slow start this season, starting out with a 10-9 record. And during those early struggles, Thad Matta's biggest concern was that his team really didn't come out and play hard each and every night, especially in those games away from the glare of the television spotlight. Well, really, Showtime started in their annual crosstown shootout against the Cincinnati Bearcats and in the A-10 tournament. They have since won 15 of their last 16 games. And Matta, he wishes they could be more consistent each and every night. But really, when you have guys that come out and play in big games like this, guys, it ain't a bad problem to have.
Solly, you're right. And among the other contributions for this team this year, they won the Atlantic 10 tournament with 4 victories in 4 days. Only the 9th team in NCAA history to ever do that. And among those victories was an 87-67 win over the Hawks of St. Joseph's.
Thumping. They really outplayed them. It was a magnificent win, and they can guard. That's the big thing, and these little guys can get to the rim and do the damage. I mean, that's just unbelievable. Chalmers and Finn, either one to the 10.
Largest lead of the ball game now for either team. As Chalmers, who was 0 for 5 to start the game, and we were talking about the unexpected advantage that the backcourt of Texas had. And boy, that has been negated now. Here's Mouton off the glass.
Right, that was that 2-3 matchup. A nice read by Mouton. Good action in the post area. Opened up the lane for him.
Mouton, one of the 4 seniors for Texas with 15 points. There's the kick out into the corner. Sato, he's got 19. He misses that one. Texas wants to run. Paulino will take it all the way, and a block foul is called on Justin Cage.
I think his ability to slide to the left drew the attention of the official. But that's what they need, some easy baskets right now, Texas. They're on the rope simply because they haven't been able to defend the perimeter people. And unfortunately, Cage with his 4th foul trying to pick up the block.
And Xavier already has Dolman on the bench with 4 fouls. He's been there for 6 minutes. Paulino shoots one more. Sunday on CBS, see why Cold Case is television's most watched new drama. Don't miss a new episode of Cold Case Sunday at 8, 7 Central on CBS, America's most watched network. 6-point margin, 10:43 to go. Duke and Illinois meet here next. The winners advance to Sunday's regional final in the Atlanta Regional. Well, the backcourt. Chalmers, Finn, Sato.
Pretty much take your choice. I mean, on runouts, they've been extraordinary, finding people, finishing around the rim. They've been aggressive defensively, and we can relate. Our coaches made us do that 40 or 50 years ago. Put it on the floor, make it catchable. You can see the numbers. And then throw Finn in with the solid defense and run out. This team right now doing what they want at the mercy, really. Texas defense just not able to contain them.
Last foul was Texas's 7th. And 1-1 for Lionel Chalmers. 31 points against Mississippi State. 25 in the first round game against Louisville. He's into double figures. He's got 11 in this one after that slow start.
And Vern, you talk about defense. They've been able to play St. Joe's perimeter people head up. I mean, that tells you a lot about their containment and their understanding of taking away dribble lanes and being aggressive on deep shooters. And that's a dilemma. Texas is going to have to go deep and often.
8-point margin. Well, Rick Stansbury, Mississippi State, told Thad Matta after this Xavier team knocked Mississippi State out last weekend. And here's Cage. And that's it. That's 5 fouls on the freshman from Indianapolis, Justin Cage.
He was trying to get around in front. And obviously some hand checking as he got around. What a shame. 2 tough calls against him right down the stretch, and they're going to go to Dolman. Why not? 10-20 left. And they've played well without Dolman, Vern.
And Dolman's coming back with 4. Well, Solly mentioned that 10-9 start for this team. They lost at George Washington, then they lost at Dayton. Thad Matta made a change. He put Justin Cage in the starting lineup, put Diedrich Finn on the bench, and had started 2 freshmen for the last 16 games. There's a tip. Texas trying to keep it alive. Klotz has it. Back to Mouton. And Boddicker can that 3, but this one's short.
Just didn't have the legs.
Dolman. 8-point game as we near the midway point of the second half.
And Dolman and Cage embraces the 1 out. And I thought that Christmas Eve they're shooting in the middle of the evening. The 2 freshmen. So that's the kind of attitude these guys possess. Blend them in with these solid backcourt guys. You got a winner.
Back to Finn and back inside Miles. Rejected by Klotz. The rebound, another offensive board. And it's a 10-point game.
He just gets great angles and then has the body to push you a little deeper.
Cage has fouled out. Dolman plays with 4. But Xavier leads by 10.
And look at Miles just zoning up. Nobody's going to get to the rim. Klotz has got to keep him active or find the passing lane.
P.J. Tucker short again. Offensive board. Mouton good.
And they're going to have to be bully-like right now, I think, Texas. They can't be dainty every opportunity. But don't forget, if they don't get the glass, Xavier has the ability to push it the other end. The second chance point's amazing.
Underneath. Miles. No. Here comes Texas. That's for 3.
That's it. Now he had his legs. He was set. You called it. The open look, the good acknowledgement. Terrific understanding by Royal Ivy on the money.
Xavier calls time. The 10-point lead has been cut in half as Boddicker cans one from downtown.
Mike Anderson, unfortunately, ejected from this game. And Anderson escorted off the floor by the official. Now Anderson returns. Bob Donato won't even look in that direction.
Yeah, again, when Mike Anderson walked out on the floor trying to call timeout, you know, he should have known better than to continue to bait the official, because the official obviously was ignoring him. There's no way that he couldn't see or hear him out of the corner of his eye.
And the fans from UAB applauding their coach as he walks off the floor. Even some Kansas fans standing and showing appreciation for what Mike Anderson has been able to do at UAB this season. In the second round, they played Giant Killers, and yeah, that's basically his surrogate father, Nolan Richardson. Richardson has been known to take a stand or two during his coaching career as Simeon makes the first. And it will be nice to see Nolan Richardson back in basketball.
Well, take a look at the injured Jayhawks. They're getting it done. Wayne Simeon leading the pack. And J.R. Giddens. Keith Langford, another guy with a problem with his ankle. And then David Padgett. These guys don't seem to be visiting the infirmary just yet. But as I said before, you know, they've given all-out effort today. You just hope that the one-day turnaround doesn't exacerbate the problems that they've been having from a health standpoint. Because UAB, they will challenge your conditioning.
Langford pulls it back, and Kansas decides to.
Gets back inside on Brad Buckman, who wants the ball. Ivy drives the dish underneath,
and there's the stud on
Tucker with a putback.
He's unbelievable. Carves that area, puts those shoulders to work, and then finishes the deal.
Texas has carved 7 off the 10-point deficit. Here's Sato. Diedrich Finn.
Yes! Oh my goodness, how about him? Hide and seek behind the high-five man. They use that ball screen beautifully.
Sophomore from Newburgh, Indiana. Ends the Texas run at 7. And we have 7 remaining. Luton, Ivy, Boddicker, Buckman, and P.J. Tucker on the floor for Texas. Nice. Deep entry pass. There he is again. This one no good. Tipped. Cole has it for Xavier. Whoops.
Move away. Get out of the dressing room. The big fella's got it.
Now Diedrich Finn on the floor with Sato, Chalmers, Dolman, and Brandon Cole.
Well, they got the offensive foul on Cole. I think fatigue was part of that, but that's one of those, I don't know. They've been running that play all evening long, using that 5-man to come up and just free these quick-footed. How about hide behind the high five, knock it down, confident in the backcourt.
The ability to hit from inside and get it into the big guys really gives the outside shooters confidence. And that's how they played, inside out. That's why they were successful today.
Wayne Simeon still in the game, and he's hit 18 free throws, the most free throws made by a Kansas player in the NCAA tournament.
Are you sure that's most free throws made? They're talking about Will Chamberlain now. No, I know. It is the truth. I wonder that's when he started to go to the underhand shot.
Well, that's what our ace statistician, Marty Aronoff, who's seen it all, done it all,
but Wilt wasn't known.
He wrote it down for me.
That's right. He wasn't known to be the great free throw shooter, but one of the greatest ever to play not only for Kansas, but to play this game.
Padgett flashing across the lane, rolling, and a foul. So Padgett ready to go to the line.
You know, you look at Padgett's game, and he's got the ability to shoot the 15-footer. It's moves like that where he can get a little bit stronger, particularly in the legs, where he can explode to the basket. He's got some time, 6'11" freshman. He's also got the luxury of playing behind 6'9" Wayne Simeon for another year to really develop his game.
Second one good. 3:39 to play. 97-66 KU.
Check the third line on this game summary. 16 to 10 offensive rebounds. Bill, I'm just shocked. I think more by that stat than anything.
Flabbergasted, really, but it's a tribute to the hustle, the enthusiasm, being in position, the aggressive play of Xavier. Texas is starting to bully a little, be more physical. They're trying to do anything, chase it, shoot it quick, and go get it. That's part of their philosophy right now. Thad Matta's guys have played terrific defense. They mixed it up. They're going to the 2-3 most often now because of necessity.
3 lead changes. At the 6-minute mark of the first half, Texas was up by 8, 30 to 22. Xavier went on a 10-0 run, claimed a lead, then lost the lead back. Their largest margin has been 10.
They're really jamming it in, trying to play the passing lanes in the 3-second lane. You got to acknowledge Boddicker on the other side.
There's the jumper from the corner. It's good inside the arc. That's for 2.
And I do a nice job just creating a little space by getting 2 guys to pinch him.
Brandon Mouton, the senior from Lafayette, Louisiana. They call him Grandpa.
Imagine what they'd call us.
On the baseline, kick it out in the corner. Nice ball rotation. Off the mark. Tipped.
Look at this hustle.
And here's Texas. P.J. Tucker with a leak out. Mouton up. Finger roll.
Tell you what, Grandpa did a pretty good job that time. Oh, goodness. What great effort on that rebound.
Mouton with 21, 9 of 14. In the corner, Finn.
And they go this way, over the top.
Texas ball. Mouton.
Just all-out effort. I think he did the right thing. He had Tucker, as you mentioned, on the wing. Why not take it yourself? Little discard, solid play with experience.
21 points for the senior tonight. Royale Ivy, another senior, walks it up. Brian Boddicker.
And the 2 bigs loaded up in the box area.
Boddicker and Buckman. Buckman skip pass outside.
Big thing is Tucker rebounding.
They got Boddicker with a push.
Or Buckman, I'm not sure which. Both of them were down there, Vern. But you got to hit the rim. That gives Tucker a chance.
And it was Buckman, you're right. Your eyes
they were both in the area.
Better than mine.
You know, this team under Rick Barnes has been in so many close games. Of course, their conference dictates that they know how to win at the end of games, but the dilemma is preventing these quick guys from turning the corner. I don't think they've seen this ability to find and kick to an open shooter.
Sato shoots one more. He is 7 of 8 from the line tonight. And that pushes Xavier back to a 3-point lead. Sato with 21 points. Musketeers over the Longhorns by 4 with 4:45 to go in Atlanta. Texas trying to get to the Elite 8 and return to the Final Four for the 2nd consecutive year. Xavier has never been beyond this stage of the tournament.
Chalmers with great hustle went all the way from the right wing to the corner to guard. Mouton, what a solid play.
Buckman being harassed from the back. Here's Boddicker. Sato's out on him. Buckman on the line. Nope.
Pretty aggressive move as he turned the corner. You know, Boddicker's got to be ready to shoot on that kick-out pass. Get those legs set. They've got the 2 big guys under the rim. That's what they want. Spotting up to rebound.
Foul is on Miles, number 24. Dolman back in. And at the line, Brad Buckman.
Xavier substitution number 15, Justin Dolman. Brad Buckman at the line shooting.
Sophomore from Austin Westlake. His dad, Brent, member of the NCAA championship golf teams. And boy, that one thudded in 71 and 72 with a couple of guys named Kite and Crenshaw. Thursday on CBS, TV's most watched drama returns. Don't miss an all-new CSI Thursday here on CBS, America's most watched network.
And think of a long day for Kite and Crenshaw and Buckman if Barnes joins them in the foursome. His dad, of course, runs the golf activities at Rick's club.
Spanish Oaks in Austin. Now they hold cards up for the offensive set that Thad Matta wants to run over on the sideline.
You know why I never did that? I'd hold a play up, a guy shoot a 30-footer. And here they got the little bang, the hand check, and that's the frustration that far from the goal with the little guy. Mouton.
And that is the fourth on Mouton. So this becomes a battle in which attrition is significant. Mouton will leave with his fourth. Cage has already fouled out, the freshman from Indianapolis for Xavier, and Chalmers at the line. This is the 9th team foul on Texas. Next one, they go to the double bonus.
Ivan down 70% shooter. He strokes that ball so well. That's what you need from your guards. The most outstanding performer, all tourney in the Atlantic 10. What a solid run. We mentioned St. Joe's. Without him stepping up big time, it wouldn't have happened.
Gets them both this trip. Xavier by 5. Here's the Texas foul story. Mouton on the bench with 4. Paulino with 3. And Thomas Tucker and Klotz with 2 each.
Nice
that
hands.
one. How about Diedrich Finn? Goes for it.
Timeout. Nice play by Royale Ivy. Very alert. And it's legal to fall like that. The fans thinking it's a walk. He was dribbling the ball. It wasn't where he had possession.
Nice dive. Time call.
Big teams. Kansas has had a taste of athleticism. They've been able to handle the pressure, handle the athleticism of UAB. So it's not going to be a surprise with either one of those teams that come in. The winner of the Georgia Tech Nevada.
First one good. The Chevrolet most valuable players of the game are Gabe Kennedy for UAB and Wayne Simeon. What a career day in the NCAA tournament. 30 points, 20 free throw attempts. He sank 18.
Well, that was the game plan. If you couldn't attack the rim on the first wave of that pressure, reverse the ball, go into the big guy as the focal point. He's responded.
Another sub coming in for Kansas. Number 21, Nick Bay. Simeon with 30 points, Giddens with 18, Graves at 13 and 8, Miles 13 and 10 assists.
But I tell you what, you see the pictures of dejected UAB players. They got nothing to hang their heads about. You know, they did their school proud getting to this point. They were just outmanned by a bigger, stronger, more efficient inside team. That's the way it goes in basketball. But they've got nothing to be ashamed of.
A fine season for the Blazers. Mike Anderson, unfortunately, unable to watch his team wrap up its season. Tossed out of the game by Bob Donato. And here come the Jayhawks. Wilkes, a foul with 8.6 to go.
Let's see if Omar's a pressure shooter right now. You know the crowd's looking for the century mark.
Does he have that same release that his father had?
I hope not.
Hey, no. That thing would go down now.
Jamal is listening, but only he could do it. Jamal Wilkes, one of a kind.
Looks just like his dad.
Now that's conventional.
Yes, it is.
And sweet, too.
How about that? It's great to see all the kids get an opportunity to get on the floor, although it's a disappointing ending for UAB. In the grand scheme of things, a terrific season for the Blazers. No one expected them to go this far. Here's Lewis coming out of the pack with 4 to shoot. Broom, one more try. And that'll do it. Kansas 100, UAB 74. Now let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Gus, thank you. So the Kansas Jayhawks advance to the regional final. Who will advance from Atlanta? Let's check in. Vern Lundquist and Bill Raftery.
54 seconds to go. We welcome those of you who have been watching Kansas and UAB. It's 70-68 here. So 3. Texas climbs back within 2. Both teams with 2 timeouts left. Texas has put Xavier in the double bonus opportunity. Trying to get his team back into into the Elite Eight. And beyond this round, we've got 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go.
They like to run that high ball screen. They're trying to dump it inside to Miles. A nice scissor screen gives Sato a good look. And look at that check out by Boddicker.
And here's Texas with a chance to tie or take the lead. 2:34 to go.
And straight up man-to-man burn.
See the shot clock on the left side. Here's Brandon Mouton, one of 4 seniors for the Longhorns. Back outside to Ivy. Shot clock at 14. There's a screen set by Boddicker, the high pick and roll. And the switch as Dolman stays with Ivy. That one taken away, and a foul is called on Mouton, and that is it for the senior from Lafayette, Louisiana.
He almost had a foul, Vern. It was a breakout, an opportunity basket. The terrific defensive maneuvering, the quick hands, and right there, almost, he knows right away that it's it, but it was a breakaway at the other end, almost sacrificing himself for the team, and probably a little bit frustrated.
Sidnell Harris will take his place, the guy they call Grandpa. Will this be his final game in a Longhorn uniform? He fouls out, having scored 21 points to lead the Horns, and he leaves with his team trailing by 2, and Diedrich Finn shooting his first free throws of the evening.
Ooh, 67% free throw shooter. And knock the next one down. Interesting, you come in with Harris, who plays 11 minutes a game. It's not like you're going deep in the bench to a guy who's inexperienced, totally confident, and a good stroker.
Diedrich Finn gets 1. It's a 3-point game with 2:09 remaining. Xavier by 3. Xavier trailed by 8 in the first half. They led by as many as 10 in the second half. We've got a 3-point game right now with 2:09 to go. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Texas has put Xavier into the double bonus. Brandon Mouton, the senior, fouled out of his 134th game, hoping to play in number 135. 21 points, and he can do naught but watch.
And Xavier's job on the boards has been miraculous. They're going man-to-man right now. They switch defenses all during the course of the game. They've been very aggressive, and Texas needs some inside punch right now. Tucker loading up with a mismatch.
Boddicker. He can hit the 3-pointer. Here's Klotz. He's 1 for 8. And most of those misses have been in close. He's going to take it, spin, fade away. 1 for 9. Off the board. And P.J. Tucker has it swatted away by Miles.
Ooh, and he didn't go Miles to block that either. He went a foot. But he has been zoning up and just went over to help out Tucker, one of the great offensive rebounds there is in the country, and that time just couldn't elevate high enough. Great play by Miles.
Klotz, a 52% field goal shooter for the season.
And nice play
1 of 9, and there's Miles again, and here's Chalmers.
Smart play, clock.
Bring it out, 90 seconds to go.
Well, Miles just jammed it up beautifully. Great denial.
Now Chalmers. Look how quick he is in the lane. Can't get the floater to go. Tucker for Texas.
He's been able to do that all evening long. He and Finn.
Roy Al Ivy, number 24, another of the Texas seniors. Guarded by the sophomore Diedrich Finn. 1:10 remaining. Here's Boddicker. And Dolman's out on him. Klotz, air ball, 1 of 10.
Boy, he has really had his problems. Rushing it. They got exactly what they wanted. The courage to take it, though.
50 seconds to go.
Got to be solid here. They decided not to give it.
Back in the hands of Lionel Chalmers, the senior from Albany, New York.
And this is the play they like. Use the high five guy, pick and pop. Oh my goodness.
Wow. Ooh. And here comes Texas. 28 seconds to go. Rebound, Sato, foul, Sidnell Harris.
And nobody at the rim, unfortunately. Boddicker maybe just a little too quick. Harris with the giveaway to stop the clock.
Boddicker thought he got hacked.
Texas foul, number 13, Sidnell Harris.
Foul is on Sidnell Harris. And Romain Sato, the senior from Central African Republic and Dayton, Ohio, is at the line. He has made 41 of his last 45. Wow. Let's check the CBS Sports Line stat of the game. Rebounding edge, offensive rebounds, Xavier 16-13. That's led to 16-11 edge in second chance points. Got complete tournament coverage at CBSSportsLine.com.
Sato all year long, 84%. This will make it, if he hands it, a two-trip game. Mata wants to dictate the defense.
1 of 2, huge for the Musketeers. Romain Sato gets 1 of 2 at the free throw line. That makes it a 2-possession game. Xavier up by 4. Coming next, 2 more teams hit the Elite Eight. Nevada takes on Georgia Tech from St. Louis. Tip time on that one, 9:58. And then approximately 10:15, we'll have the Fighting Illini and the Duke Blue Devils with game number 2 from Atlanta. 72-68. Longhorns. Let's see who they've got on the floor. Klotz, who's had a tough night shooting the ball. He will inbound it. Royale Ivy, P.J. Tucker, Boddicker, and Sidnell Harris.
And you need a deuce, front. Go to the rim. And it gets set nice. What a job down the stretch by Miles. He has been the guy defensively.
The senior from Chicago, Anthony Miles. Boddicker, pump fake, puts it up, got it!
Now they got to get the defense set. Rick Barnes opts for the timeout. How about that? A little early onions. Mr. Boddicker knocking it down.
Boddicker gets his third 3 of the ball game. He's 3 of 5. That cuts the margin to 1. 16 seconds to go. Both teams with a timeout remaining. And whom to foul? Well, you got to scoop.
Well, yeah, exactly. He's going to be as far away as possible. The counter now by Texas. A lot of little guys to try and give the foul. Steal the ball and then give it right away. They're not protecting the inbound pass. They're not harassing them, so they might get a double and a possible steal.
Paulino and Moreno have come on for Texas. And here's the foul by Paulino. And that's going to put the 84% free throw shooter, Romain Sato, at the line.
Of course, you have no choice that late in the game, Ernie. If the guy makes a good cut, just give it up. See what he can do. You want to extend the game if you're behind.
Romain Sato, born in Bangui in the Central African Republic, came to the United States in January of 1999. Tiffany Thompson, his guardian, met him at the airport in that January midwinter in Dayton, Ohio. And here is Romain Sato attempting to put the Musketeers into the round of 8.
How about that, huh?
He's got one more.
Cute little story where they labeled everything in the house. He couldn't speak English just so he could identify the lamp, the ceiling, rug, etc. And look at him now on the threshold.
If Xavier wins, they join St. Joseph's in the Elite Eight. St. Joseph's, who takes on Oklahoma State in East Rutherford tomorrow night. St. Joseph's, a team that Xavier whacked by 20 points 15 nights ago in the Atlantic 10 tournament.
There's that stroke. Same thing now. You want a quick hit and give it. Quick hit. You can't delay.
Boddicker. Here's Sidnell Harris. Pumps. Out the rim. No good.
Post time.
Xavier has it. And a foul with 3.9 to go. Rick Barnes is about to get teed up from Ted Valentine.
He got one already. He's going to be Frank Haith doing the right thing now, getting up in the middle of it.
A technical foul has been called.
He's been thrown out too, I think. Well, I think you hit it before on the Boddicker jump shot. the follow-through he felt started,
Yes.
and I think in the last particular play. Now, Rick, who's your ass now? You've done a great job as a coach. Credit to this profession. I don't know if they have just given him the one technical foul or have asked him to leave.
It looked like Valentine gave him the signal,
and if he did, he's got to leave in a timely fashion.
Yep.
He is, yeah. He's going to shake that. That's it. That's the class act.
Yes, indeed. But not without a final word as he heads to the locker room. And Romain Sato is at the line.
Now they're talking about shooting the technicals first. Four free throws now.
Wow. Here's Sato.
All of a sudden puts a damper on it, doesn't it?
Sure does.
It should not dampen Xavier at all, though. Just a magnificent effort from the get-go. The enthusiasm that they exhibited, the aggressive style of play on the glass against a team that just cracked you under the rim. And they were up to the task.
Young man from Bangui in the Central African Republic is about to lead Xavier where no musketeer has gone since the 1780s.
And there's more than 3 of them, I might add.
Into the Elite Eight. Xavier. What a roll it's been.
This will be the first time 2 Atlantic 10 teams have done that, Vern. When you think of St. Joe's and Xavier.
And the other side of the equation, of course, Brandon Mouton on the bench, having picked up his 5th foul. Now the series of free throws continues. The Longhorns made it to the Final Four with T.J. Ford at the point a year ago. They had hopes of getting back. Those aspirations will be thwarted at the level of 16. 79-71. The Xavier Musketeers, under the leadership of Thad Matta, are into the Elite Eight for the first time in the history of the program. Xavier will play again on Sunday afternoon. They will play either Duke or Illinois. The Blue Devils and the Fighting Illini meet here next. The Chevrolet most valuable players of the game. Romain Sato, 27 points from Xavier. And Brandon Mouton, the senior who fouled out with 2:09 to go, 21 points for the University of Texas. For Bill Raftery and Solomon Wilcots, I'm Vern Lundquist saying so long from Atlanta. Our final score is 79-71. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports. We'll go to New York and Greg Gumbel after this message.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by McDonald's, Singular Wireless, Audi, and by Bud Light.
Welcome back, everyone, as we continue along the road to the Final Four. Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg, Seth Davis coming your way. 2 more games. Nevada and Georgia Tech will tip it off in St. Louis at about 9:58 Eastern time. And then Illinois and Duke down in Atlanta. That tip should come about 30 minutes from now, right around 10:15 Eastern time. The game that just completed in Atlanta, Xavier 79-71 over the Texas Longhorns. It wound down just a few moments ago like this. Here's Vern Lundquist.
Same thing now. You want to
79-71 Xavier winner. Solomon Wilcots had a chance to talk with Coach Matta and Romain Sato.
Thad Matta in just your 3rd season at Xavier. It's new territory in Xavier basketball history. First ever trip to the Elite Eight. Don't waste any time, do you?
No, I tell you, these guys, I give all the credit to the players. They got the heart They got the minds. They refuse to lose. I mean, they just continue to keep going, and I'm proud of their effort tonight.
Did you have any idea that you could come out and dominate in the low post area, an area where Texas was supposed to have the advantage?
No. I had no idea. I mean, we had so much respect for their big guys, and I give Anthony a lot of credit. Brandon Cole did a great job on the boards, and our guard play again was phenomenal.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
You guys also dominated in the backcourt, and the leader, of course, Lionel Chalmers, the senior. Talk to me about the way that you guys came out. Didn't get really able to hit your shots early on in the ballgame, but you really seized control and just really held on from then on.
Yeah, definitely. You know, guys told me to stick with it. My shot wasn't falling early, but I knew I could do other things on the court. You know, and that's what I've been able to do all season, is do other things when I'm not scoring. And guys did a great job of making shots, and we defended well. And you know, we got rebounds.
Yeah, you tied your career high with 7 rebounds in the game. Was that really the good idea for you guys to come out and try to hit the boards and dominate in the low post area?
Definitely. Preparing in practice, that's all we really talked about, was rebounding. We knew if we could rebound, you know, and get back in transition, we'll have a chance to win.
Congratulations, you made school history.
Thanks, appreciate it.
All right.
Obviously Lionel Chalmers and not Romain Sato, but the fact is the Musketeers move on to the regional final on Sunday, and they await the winner of Duke versus Illinois for the chance to move on to the Final Four in San Antonio. Kansas is a winner tonight. A timeout. We'll come back and talk about that after this. And the other action this evening in St. Louis, the Jayhawks of Kansas beat UAB handily, 100-74. Watch all over the country. Kansas a winner, and Kansas will play the winner of Georgia Tech and Nevada again, especially in that situation. That appeared to be personal.
Yeah, it certainly did, and that can happen. Coaches are always on officials during the course of a game. You'd love to see officials handle it perfectly the way they should, but yet it doesn't always happen that way.
All right. Meanwhile, after the game, Solomon Wilcots with head coach Rick Barnes of Texas.
Texas head coach Rick Barnes, you were visibly upset at the end of the game. What were your thinking right there? What was the thought process?
Well, you know, obviously you get sometimes caught up in the emotion of it, but what I don't want to do is what happened in the last 3 seconds to take away from the game and from the point that Xavier played a good basketball game, but also from what our seniors and this group of guys have accomplished this year. And when we're done here, I'll get a chance to look at it and see if I was, you know, right with my reaction, and we'll go from there.
Your 4 seniors won more games than any other group in the history of Texas basketball. What can you say about their contributions to the program?
Well, that's the hardest thing. You don't want to lose, obviously, when you're at this point. But the hardest thing is the fact that, you know, this is the last time we'll have a chance to be with these guys in terms of competing with them. But and that's hard tonight, because I said earlier in the week that this is bonus time with these guys, because they've meant so much to our program. They set a great standard, and now we've got to try to improve on what they've done.
Yet and still, fine job, Coach. Thank you.
So Kansas and Xavier are winners tonight. Coming up next, Nevada against Georgia Tech. Everyone will start on that game. If you're headed for Illinois and Duke, we will get you to the tip of your game at 10:16 Eastern Time, but we'll send you off to St. Louis for Nevada, Georgia Tech after this message and a word from your local station.